that I'm going to show you guys of different UGC people and how to find them, you're usually going to find girls. This is like, I'm not going to really bash it at all, but a lot of girls think this is just like, ooh, some easy, simple side hustle. I can make a 2-minute video every day and get paid thousands of dollars a month. And a lot of people are very, very overpriced. Like UGC creators think that they are the shit. They think they're absolutely amazing. They're worth their weight in gold. So it's kind of hard because obviously this guy right here, $1,000, it makes sense. He has 1.6 million followers and he's probably going to post it on his account as well. So you get the free views there, plus the ability to use it as an advertisement on your account, as well as the ability to do like Spark ads with it and all these different things. So some of these creators are worth the kind of like the prices that they say, but some of them just are not. So yeah, there's a lot of different strategies with UGC as well. And I'll quickly go over some, and it really does depend. What you're going for is going to change your pricing. So if I want them to post it on their account and run it as like a promo that way, that's obviously going to cost more. But if you just want someone to make a video and send it to you, that's obviously going to be the cheapest. And that's usually what I recommend. A little strategy. I know you guys are familiar with Spark ads now, but you can have, what's this guy's name? 1.6 million. So people probably know this guy. He is a doctor, so I don't know how much of like an influencer he is, even though he has a large following. But let's say there's someone that's like an actual influencer in here that like a lot of people know. Paying them for a post up there is obviously worth it, but it's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But what's good about it is you can have them post it on their account. Then you can use that exact post that's on their account as your Spark ad. You just tell them to copy and paste that little special code and you just put it into your advertising platform and you can run that exact advertisement from their account. So when you see, like when you hover a video, you can see how it has that in there. It's gonna have their face and it's their, it would say Yulia or whatever, the person who posted it. And it doesn't come off as like it's very native feeling. It doesn't really come off as like a super businessy ad. So that's a big asset, but you're gonna pay a lot more for that for them to like actually post it. So in the starting days, you don't really have to worry about that stuff too much, but it is a cool strategy and it is something that will cost you more, but can give you amazing results. Huge companies will work with influencers and they'll run their Spark ads from their post that's on their platform. So good thing to know there. Personally, like, I don't know if anyone here really like stands out. Yeah, like I think something that would be good, I've gone over it, not sure where my cupping device is. I think it's kind of far away, but it's good to find people in different categories. So when it comes to UGC, the face, the person that you're using for the video is going to naturally attract different demographics. If I have like a really old man, burly man with big old beard, he looks very outdoors, Liver King type vibe, that's going to speak to a specific audience. Where if I have like a young teenage girl, they have very different frequencies that people are going to resonate with. And unconsciously, that's just a process that's happening in their mind. Like you need to make sure that the UGC person that you're using is like resonating with your brand, with your product, but most importantly with the audience that's viewing it. So that's why I gave that example a while ago of like, if you find a professional football player and you give them the new cup, you give them your product and say, hey, I get sore shoulders from being a quarterback, throwing balls all day. The new cup really helps me with all my shoulder pain. And you run that ad and target it towards football players. That's going to be really, really good. But if you run it towards people that don't care about football, there's not that emotional resonance. Like they don't really care. It doesn't speak their language. It doesn't really address them. So making sure that whoever you use for your UGC is someone that's going to be in a frequency resonation with the viewer is extremely big. And you don't really, really know until you test it. Like I'm getting sales on my store, but I highly doubt that I'm like the perfect UGC person that resonates with the potential buyer of someone who wants cupping therapy, you know? So obviously you can grab like almost anyone and it has a decent chance of working, but through the experience of doing this multiple times, you're really going to optimize and see who's good, what works. So this is the TikTok Creator Fund. You can reach out to people, see their prices. Someone like this could be really good, and you target women. When it comes to ads, I don't know if I would actually only target women, but women are going to be way more interested in hearing her say something about the new cup, about fitness when she's in the gym, in her workout clothes, looking fit and talking about, hey, this is something that helps me with my fitness recovery. Like that's going to do really good. And women are going to purchase a lot more. Like if you go look at your orders, you're going to see a lot more women's names in the orders. So kind of just threw a bunch of information at you there, but TikTok Creator Marketplace is definitely a decent place where you can find people. There's not really a problem with it. I'm not going to bash it. It's definitely a good option. Next, this one's a little bit surprising. It's Twitter. So you can go on Twitter, type in hashtag UGC and search up people. You can even do latest or videos or posts and kind of see who's using these, but you can see people that do UGC. Like she's probably more than fine for a video. Depends your brand, all that stuff. Looks like she's probably done some beauty stuff. You can go check out their media. You can go see their website. Yeah, it looks like she does like food and beauty stuff. This looks great. This looks absolutely great. Yeah, look at that. And that's where you see pricing, a little expensive, a little bit crazy. These people think they're worth their weight in gold and they're magic fairies solving such a huge problem, but like making videos is easy. I just need a new face to do it. You know what I mean? Like if I could make myself look like a girl, change my face, change my body, and just do the same video over a million different times with a different person's setting in there, so it has different frequency resonations with different audiences, that's all I really need. Like they're not really solving too big of a problem, and I think they're getting way overpaid in today's market. It's just something new, and I think we're going to see prices come down over the long term as more people start understanding, oh, companies will pay me $100 for a video. Yeah, I'll do that all day. Why wouldn't I? So it'll get more saturated, and obviously the price will go down because there's more competition. So right now it's pretty pricey. So that kind of brings up the pricing topic. It depends, right? If this girl has like 500,000 videos and viewers, followers, and she's going to post this on her platforms, for sure, extremely worth it. But if it is just for a video, little overpriced. I would say anywhere from 40 is like the lowest you'll get from someone who just has no following. You're just getting a video from them, upwards to like 500 per video. And that's not even really accounting for someone who's like famous and is going to post it on their account. So it's pricey. It's definitely pricey, which kind of sucks, but there is a lot of value in it. One video ad could make you tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, if it has a really high conversion rate. And this girl shows me that she really knows what's going on. And I just stumbled upon her. I have no clue who this is, but she has hook variations for $40. This girl knows what's up. I would guess, I bet it's a high probability that she has very good understanding of TikTok, of videos, of what goes viral, of how to hook people in. And honestly, for $40 for a new hook, it's a little pricey, but it's nice because if you find someone that works and they can make good videos and they already have your product, because right, you have to ship your product out to them. And if you're still doing the 7 to 12 day shipping with your 3PL, right, like you haven't gotten to the branding section where your product's in the United States in warehouses, then you have to wait 7 to 12 days just to get a video back. Sucks. It feels like years that you're waiting, especially if your product's popping and your video ad's kind of tanked and you need a new one. That 7 to 12 days is going to feel like a lifetime. So something you can also do is grab stuff from Amazon and ship it to them if they're just doing the product, right? But if you have the custom packaging, obviously you can't do that. And the 3PLs should be able to hook you up with custom packaging if it's something you're ready for. Anyways, kind of a tangent. But she already has the product. Just throw an extra $40 to get a new hook if the first hook didn't work too well. Pretty worth it. I would honestly recommend working with this girl. She seems like she knows what she's doing. Simple, nice little website. But yeah, fast movement. I guarantee she knows what she's doing. And personally, if I was taking the new cup seriously, I would probably look into working with her. But what sucks is when it comes to UGC, it's all about testing. When it comes to anything with ads, it's all about just testing and trying, which sucks because you have to put money into it. It's not free. That's why I always say, like, try to pick a product, a brand that you resonate with personally, so you can make these videos, figure out what's good, and then you can only use UGC people as a form of scaling video content and scaling your process of gathering video ads, because in the end of the day, it's not something you want to do forever. But if you've worked at every level of your business, you're going to be able to work on the business 20 times better. So Twitter's really good. That's just one person I found in like seconds, just because they were on the latest post section. So you can go to people, UGC creator, UGC content creator, check out all these hashtags, check out these people. You're mostly going to find girls, but girls work really good for videos unless you were like strictly targeting men. In that case, it can still work too, because women are an eye catcher. So that's our second option. The third option is Fiverr. So I'm going to have a link below to Fiverr. It is an affiliate link, so I do really appreciate it if you guys click it. Fiverr's really good, actually. Like, it is not bad. You can see their past videos. And also, when you're looking for a UGC creator, their portfolios you can use as like insight on what videos are working, what ads are working. And you can go look up the brands they worked with and go search up the ads they made, right? Because they're paying for UGC videos. So what e-commerce brand is this? What products are they selling? How can I study them? How can I learn from them? What type of hooks are they using? What products are they selling? All that stuff. You can really start, now that we understand e-commerce, right? It's like we have a new set of eyes. Like we can can see deeper into things. So we can study these brands. Like if I see that this guy, he's Fiverr's Choice, let's see what brands he's working with. Like you can see some of his videos, and if he mentions a certain product, you can go search up that product, search up that brand, and it kind of shows that it's a winning product if they're out here searching for UGC, right? You're not going to buy UGC videos for a product that isn't selling. So good little thing to note there. But Fiverr is great. Affiliate link is down there. You can get videos for decently cheap-ish here. Some of them are expensive, and it's nice because you can really see some of their examples, see who they are, what they look like, and see if they would resonate with your potential audience for your brand. And yeah, Fiverr's ultimately really good. I have used Fiverr and I can't complain too much about the services there. But the biggest upside with everything we're doing here is we want to find the people that are good, obviously, and we want to kind of keep them, right? They already have our product at their house, so they can already make video ads. So it's really important to create amazing relationships with the people that are sending you good videos. Pay them well, because those people are worth their weight in gold. If you find someone that can genuinely make videos that hook in your customers and it makes you money and it's working and it's getting you sales, that person is worth so much. So overpay them, treat them well, and if they can just spit out videos quick for you, hey, can you do a hook change? Hey, can you change this? Hey, can you add this? Do this different, put on a different outfit, film 20 different videos in 20 different outfits, send it to us this week so we can produce them out. And you can really start building reputations with like 10 influencers or 10 UGC creators and start scaling this up a ton. Fiverr, definitely good in my book. The next one is Billo. So I also have a link to Billo. If you want to use them, please use the affiliate link. It's going to give you a little bit of a discount, I believe, as well. I do have a direct partnership with these guys. I will say this though, when you're getting into like paid services and companies that offer UGC and you're like paying to access the creators they have, because Billo vets their creators. They only work with people that kind of know the process, know what's going on. They know that short form videos need different hooks. They know the algorithms and all that stuff. So working with these guys is good. I would recommend it, but it's more pricey. So Billo is more of when you're scaling UGC. So maybe you already worked with Fiverr, you already did Creator Marketplace, you already did some stuff with Twitter, but now you're like, I need 10 more UGC creators. I need like 50 videos. Like I need to get going. I need to get moving. That's when you move over to Billo. They are cheaper than the other one I'm going to show you, the last one, and they're pretty good quality. You can see the videos they've made, and that's again a way you can check for products, check for brands that are working, get a little copycat action going on there for these different industries. So you can do product research on here. If you still haven't found a product, you can see how they're making video ads, take notes of it, and make video ads like that for yourself. Like film them yourself using the hooks they're using the strategies and techniques, and you'll come to find that these are all phone videos. There's nothing special. It's pretty easy to do. So you basically just need a new face to brighten it up. Like if I have an ad that's working really good, a video of me, and it starts dying, if I have a new face, a new person that does that exact same ad, it's going to have the exact same performance, if not better. It could be a little bit worse, but we already know the framework works. So just pumping in a new face, a new person is basically the name of the game. Billo is good. I cannot complain. They're a little bit pricey, but in the end of the day, if you're making $5,000 a day and you just need more videos, then these prices are like nothing. But for just starting out, I would recommend the other ones. Now, the last one is Incense. This is like the most like boutique agency, SaaS, like they take care of you here, and there's a ton of different options, but it's really expensive. So it's $500 a month just to work with them on their platform, and then you still have to pay the UGC creator. These guys have a huge pool of very like certified good UGC creators that know what they're doing, and they have a lot of options. They have self-service where you kind of manage everything, or you can literally go to managed services where they will have project managers, creative specialists, post-production specialists, all this stuff that take care of it for you. But look how pricey. 18 UGC videos. You can also get them to post on this stuff, but $3,500 a month. Now, for example, if you're making $3K a day, $5K a day, $3,000 a month for more video ads that make you a shit ton of more money, it's a no-brainer. This is nothing in the grand scheme of things. And for $5,000, they'll even manage it and post it, do organic stuff. They'll organize, hey, we think this creator is better. Let's work with this creator more. This is performing better, and they will give you a hands-on experience. This is amazing. If I was doing even 30 to 50K a month, I would probably look into this. So very, very big here. I will will also have a link to Incense. You guys clicking these links whenever you use these services, and only if you use these services, helps me out a ton. It truly, truly does. And it helps me get content out to you guys like this in this format for free. So Incense is my top one. Everything that I showed you guys is kind of from like beginner to intermediate. So definitely only get into like Billow and Incense once you're killing it. I'd recommend Incense the most when it comes to like really high level, getting really big stuff done. Large production, right? You need more videos. You need maybe a little bit more professionalism. Your brand is starting to gain traction. This is like a late game option. This is like a mid game option, and these are early game options. So that's basically everything you need to know with UGC. It's a little bit simple. Obviously, there's a ton that goes into it. I do want to talk about content creation and like guiding them on what videos to make, but that's basically UGC. It's kind of just like advertising. It's like the dartboard game where you just need as many darts as you can. But when it comes to coaching these people, this is why I think it's really important to crush TikTok organic, because before we start working with UGC people, before we start working with Facebook ads and scaling up and really like solidifying this brand and growing, we need to understand what video ads get sales. And we can do that for free with organic and filming our own videos. So for me, I've already found some frameworks that work. I've already processed almost $1,000 on my store with just these little basic ads that I've been running already that I filmed myself. So I can show them, hey, these are our top performing ads. Can you create something similar? And give them a little bit of creative freedom, because some of these people are going to be creative. Some of them do have a lot of experience with making hooks, and they might be able to make something better. And hopefully you have a relationship where you can get on a little call with them, talk to them about your business, bounce some ideas of like, hey, we would love to get one video done, maybe for $100. If you could throw in 3 different hooks, we'd really appreciate it. We're sending you the product free, and you can negotiate these things. These people, in the end of the day, they don't want to try to find new brands to work with 24/7. If they have a relationship with one brand, they already have the product, and they know, wow, I can just film a couple videos each week and get $1,000 a week or $1,000 a month from this brand, and we have a great relationship and everything's good and happy and we treat each other well. That's what they want. They just want money long term for a small amount of work, and that's what they're getting through UGC. So if you can create these relationships and it's with someone that's actually getting you results and they actually have experience and they can even help you when it comes to the video creation process and kind of how to strategically map it out, that's a huge asset. And that person is worth their weight in gold, because when we run paid ads, it's going to make us a shit ton of money. But if you don't really know what type of content to make, you haven't really found any video ads that are doing too good, maybe you can't film videos yourself for your product, then the first things first is get friends or family to do it. Really start there. I would not pay for UGC day one. I would at least have some friends and family that have done video ads for me, that have given me insight on what works, what doesn't work through utilizing TikTok organic. But if you're still pretty in the dark, but it is time for you to do UGC, the best thing you can do is study brands like High Smile, study other brands in your industry, go look up people like this, like right here. Let's go back to Incense. This is the brands they've worked with. Search up these brands. What videos are they making? Search up examples on Billow. What are these video ads looking like? Take notes, try to make those yourself, or try to coach people. Hey, I liked this video ad. I think it could convert very well for our brand. Could you make a version of it for us? Right? So you can always research. You can always find information. Who's the person that's selling the product I'm selling the best? What brand is taking over the industry or the space that I'm in? And what do their ads look like? Go check their TikTok, go check their Facebook, go check their Instagram. What videos are they making? What picture ads are they making? Go into the Facebook ad library, go into the TikTok ad library, and try to find videos as examples that you can send to the UGC creator. And hopefully the person you're working with has some expertise. They can help you out, and it can be a really good process. So essentially that kind of wraps up UGC. Now there's a lot of strategy and strategic things you can do for like building up an empire, but the main thing is start small, start working with UGC creators, find the people that are good, that get you results, not just because they have a pretty face, not just because you think they're the best, because they get you video ads that get sales. That's what you want. You don't want to have a reputation with someone that's so pretty, that seems so so knowledgeable and has this skill set in making videos. If they aren't converting, you don't want to work with them. It's all about conversions. It's all about educated guesses, not making assumptions or any emotional decisions. And in the end of the day, you want to have a relationship with like 10 UGC creators. They all have the product at the house. They all have videos that convert, and you can constantly get more from them. Hey, we need 2 a week. Here's $500. Hey, we need a new hook. That one didn't really work too well, but I think the video is good. So let's get a new hook rolling on that one and we'll try it again. And that's pretty much the name of the game. You just want deep relationships with your UGC creators, and you can either manage it yourself, or if it gets too hard to manage, you can work with Incense. Billow doesn't really have that type of service where they will manage it for you. Incense is is awesome. It's the #1 platform for UGC, and they offer a lot of boutique level services, but you need to be making a lot of money to get there. So I would recommend hiring and working with around 3 to 5 UGC people yourself, getting them to work. Just try one at a time, make sure they work. If they don't, ditch them really quick and try a new one, and just try to build up a little small empire, keep those connections, and then scale up with things like Billo if you need more, or the better option I would say is Incense. Scale up with that when you can really afford it, because this is going to be life-changing for your business. UGC and video ads are the lifeblood that keeps your business pumping. I've mentioned it a lot, but it's extremely important to have a library of hundreds of videos that you can constantly change up and improve upon, and just constantly get new video ads, because if your video ads go dry, then your whole business goes dry. We don't have word of mouth. We don't have email marketing just yet. We don't have like text marketing. We don't have like Google ads. Like if our video ads aren't bringing in sales, then we die. So it's extremely, extremely important. I hope you guys got all the information you need to crush it with UGC. In the end of the day, it's a pretty simple process, but if you need some help, make sure you're reaching out to us in the community group if you are in there. So that is it for today's video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace. Welcome into today's video, where we are going to be going over the treacherous landscape of Facebook ads. We are going to be attempting to set up our business manager, our ad account, all of that stuff, get it integrated into our store. Before you get into Facebook ads, there's a certain couple things that you should have done, organized and set up on your store. You should kind of be at a certain level with your brand before I believe it's time to jump into Facebook, but you can always jump in, test it out a little bit earlier if you feel that that's necessary. So there's basically 3 main things. The first thing is having your 3PL set up. You definitely need the 3PL in there, fulfilling your orders for you. You need your virtual assistant in there, also fulfilling your customer service, taking care of all those aspects. And then lastly, you should be at the point where you don't look like a drop shipper. You should look like a brand at this point, and hopefully you started off day 1 looking like a brand. Hopefully you've been taking some good time into TikTok, investing in understanding and learning the platform, and hopefully you have some good video ads that are taking off and getting some sales. So we're going to jump in my store and show you where I'm at right now. Just today alone, guys, it's 12 in the afternoon. We have $254 in sales, and overall this month we've almost crossed $700. So it's pretty insane. I'm literally just screwing around, just having fun, just showing you guys what to do, and it's actually working really well. But it just kind of shows that this is a pretty easy process. Like, I basically stumbled into creating this store. Like today we only had 27 visitors and we have $254. So conversion rates are really high. Ads are doing really good. I haven't even scaled them at all. We still just have that $100 daily budget going on with the TikTok ads with like 3 videos in there. I'll actually show you guys a quick update. So if we look at today, we've only spent $36 to get 254 in sales. So that one's working extremely good. But when you look at the overall lifetime, I think we're technically still losing money. We've spent 535 on ads because it's the testing phase. We've got 700 in sales. So I don't know if that gets us perfectly at a profit, but it looks like our analytics and our pixel and everything is functioning perfectly. We have 10 conversions on here, 10 conversions total. So everything's looking good, but let's jump into the ads. So I made like one more last night, and that one's been getting some spend. It looks like it's not doing too well. It's like 9 clicks for $17. But yeah, it's mainly these two. They're pumping into 2 ROAS. They got 5 sales each. They're doing really good. Each brought in $300, $350. So I can scale these up, and honestly, we can kind of start messing around with the scaling phase, but I would like to have way more video ads. I would like to be working with a UGC creator before I get into the scaling point. And I would really like to understand and just have a huge library of a ton of videos before I got into the scaling phase, but it's looking really good. It's looking like we could do it. Something I could do very easily is just duplicate this to spend $200 a day, and that's a really easy way to do it. But TikTok says they don't like duplications, but I'm pretty sure just doing a couple would be completely fine. So those are kind of the recommendations. Make sure your brand does not look like a drop shipping store. Make sure you have your VA and your 3PL team integrated in before you kind of jump into the next stage of Facebook. Now, before we fully get in, there's basically like a lot of things to understand about Facebook. They're very picky, they're very strict, but there's times where they become lenient, and there's times where it's smooth sailing and times where you're going to get banned for basically just existing. So Facebook's really tricky. They go through waves of high strictness and waves of very high leniency where they'll let you get away with a lot of stuff. And right now we're in a leniency phase, which is very good. The strict phase came on in the last presidential election in the United States, and it has stayed for a very long time. I got permanently banned in that phase, and my ad accounts are back. Everything's working again. So if you think you're permanently banned from Facebook, I highly suggest you to go check on there, go make sure, because they might have lifted it and they might be acting like everything's just fine, kind of like how the government did after COVID. So weird things going on in the world. They're being extremely strict and then acting like everything's fine. So it's basically the totalitarian tiptoe if you want to look into that, but that's a whole different topic for not this course. So when it comes to Facebook, when they're in these waves of high strictness, when they're very kind of like ruthless with how they enforce their rules, you need to be extremely careful and you need to be following guidelines. And I'll probably have a video made later that goes over kind of all the guidelines, do's and don'ts to really safeguard and make sure your account's okay. But right now, I haven't heard anyone complaining about issues. Facebook is seeming very, very lenient right now. So if you think you're banned, go make sure you're not. But we will have a video going over all of the stuff to do if you are permanently banned and some ways you can get around the system. It's just really complicated. It's very time consuming. You obviously run the risk of getting taken down again. It's best to start a new store. So if you were banned on a previous store, like creating your new store now on Facebook ads, you don't have to create another one. You'll be fine. But if you, let's say I was banned on Facebook ads for the New Cup, I would have to create another brand not called the New Cup just to run Facebook ads again. So it's a messy process, and there's a lot of things you have to do when it comes to like proxies, VPNs, setting up all these backends, buying profiles, safeguarding all of the profiles to make sure if one gets banned, we have another login and we can recover it with another Facebook profile that has access to a different business manager that has 2 ad accounts that we can use. Like, it gets weird really fast. So that's going to be a separate video. In this video, I'm going to assume and hope that you have access to Facebook. If not, there will definitely be another video for that. So if that's the case, then this is the first thing you want to do. If you already have a Facebook account, business manager, ad account already set up, I'm pretty sure the best thing to do is just create a new ad account within that business manager and just run with that one. I use an ad account that's personally tied to my actual Facebook account. I think that's the best thing you can do, is have everything go through your actual personal Facebook account. This kind of gives the most trust with Facebook, and like I don't think I'd recommend creating a new Facebook profile just to get a new business manager and to do all of this. That could be seen as circumventing their policy because everyone's supposed to only have one Facebook account. So I don't know, they're a little weird with some things. You can always reach out to their support stuff or reach out to the community group and we can help you. But I think the best thing is to use an account if you already have an existing one. But I'm going to go through the create account option. So if you are brand new to Facebook, this is probably your best bet to create a new one. You just want to put in your business name, and your business email address. Cool. It looks like they send you an email. So that's kind of interesting. I went and confirmed the email and it did set it up within my current existing business manager. So yeah, just go through that link, create a new one, and it should set it up with an existing account. Or if you don't have one, it should show you the process of creating one, which should be pretty simple. So you should be in a screen just like this with your business manager. You want to go to pages and hit add a page, or create a new page, sorry. And you want to do brand or product, put in your name, category brand should be fine. Then once that's made, we want to hit view page and just come here and basically populate the page. We want to put in our username. Let's see if the New Cup is available. Just New Cup, that's nice. Don't think we'll be able to get that on Instagram. I don't think it was even available on TikTok. I think we had to do the New Cup. But basically just get in your logo, get a banner image in that you have, create something simple, easy on Canva, populate all of your settings. So in the about, or your about, not your settings, put in a location. You can put like Salt Lake City, Utah, like put like a major city you're near or something. Hours, you can populate some random hours. Price range, you can put it low or medium, whatever you think. Put in your website, phone number, email, make a little description up really quick, add any additional information, all of that stuff. I'll show you what mine looks like when it's done. All right, guys, when it comes to creating your Facebook little cover photo here, Canva has a template just called the Facebook cover. I'm just going to grab my website main like image thing that I have built up and just kind of drag it in and make it fit so it's in like the exact settings and sizing that they want. Yeah, that line definitely kind of sucks, but yeah, I'm just going to download this and put that in as the cover photo. And hopefully when we import it in, it should be the exact size, and it's not. That's kind of annoying. I'm going to try doing it in the YouTube thumbnail. So since this doesn't fit in for some reason, I guess I'm just going to make a smaller, thinner version of it. It's more simple, and then just download this and we should be able to format it within Facebook itself. Yeah, I'll just drag that like right there or something. Who cares? Facebook's weird. Facebook shit. Good for ads though. Also, something I didn't mention when it comes to Facebook, like another requirement before you should get started is you should have like a little, like whatever city you're from here in the About Us, you should have a virtual phone number, virtual address, and all these things kind of set up before you get into Facebook. When it comes to the website for Facebook, I'm just going to put my product page, not the home page. I did the business hours, not sure why that didn't register. For the description, I'm just going to copy and paste something from my website, but do take note of this. It says to take away your aches. Put that in the wrong spot. To help take away your aches and pains and stuff. You can't really make claims on Facebook. They're way more strict with stuff like that. TikTok is not as strict. But when it comes to like making claims like this product will do this, you need to be very careful with Facebook. They'll shut you down very fast. And I think it's just auto saving, I guess. Hopefully that stuff actually populated. We can delete all these posts where it just like says, "Oh, the new cup changed their banner." So you can go through and hit hide from my page on all these like weird posts, or just delete them if the hide from my page isn't an option. Because yeah, you don't want all these weird random posts that it auto makes. These are all from, I guess, me putting in the hours. You can just put don't show hours on this page. Cool. So that should be basically everything. Just super quick setup. Just get something in. Then you want to do the add a button. Click the shop on website option and then just paste your website in. Cool. Hit save on that and we should be good with our Facebook account. Then we want to go back into our business settings and we need to set up an Instagram account. So I'm just going to go to instagram.com and make an account real quick. Hit the sign up option and just put in your business info. Cool. It looks like we had to do the new cup. That's what I had to do on TikTok as well. And it looks like they just want to send us a code to our email. Paste that in and we should be good to go. We'll just kind of make a really basic account, put our Instagram like profile picture in, and that's about it. So yeah, basically just throw our photo in, put the website. Oh, it looks like we can't do website. Oh, I guess we have to sign in on mobile to do that. And we'll just make a quick bio. We'll just do something like that for now. You can come in on your phone later and add in like emojis, add in your website and all that stuff. My image is transparent, my logo image, so it might not register as white. So I might want to have to come back in and put the white on. Or you can do black. I had to do black with my TikTok because I thought it looked a lot better. So I might use that on my Facebook and Instagram. Looks like this is taking forever to load. But you can basically choose if you want the background to be white or black and if you want the text to be white or black with your logo. Overall, I think this one looks a little bit better, so I'm going to throw this in on my Facebook and on my Instagram. Okay, so I just quickly went in on my phone and added in a little basic description. The new cup looks pretty good. Got the product link in there, so they go to this. Now we want to go back to our business settings here, go to that Instagram account option and connect an account. So just put in your login info there. When you get to this screen, hit save info. Awesome. Now we need to go to add accounts, hit create new, make it the new cup, or obviously your brand name. Make sure you're on an appropriate time schedule. It's actually really, really important to be on your exact time zone. And make sure you hit this first option if you made a new ad account. You shouldn't ever have to hit another business or client. Make sure you always hit that top option. This is like my business. It's not for a different client. You can put all privileges on this and add in your payment info. Cool. And then just go through that process, answer all the questions. They have set up your credit card information. I highly recommend, if you're responsible, if you've watched the credit card video, go get signed up with that Amex Gold card, the business gold card, not the personal card. This is extremely important that you have that one if you're doing credit cards, right? If you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel safe, you don't feel responsible enough to do a credit card, definitely just put in your debit card. But if not, I highly advise you, if you feel responsible enough, I highly advise you guys to go watch the credit card video if you haven't, and use the link below that video to sign up and get an extra sign-on bonus when you get the Amex Gold business card, because it's going to be a life changer and we're going to be making a shit ton of points just through our Facebook ads, through our TikTok ads alone. So we want to make sure that that's the card that we use for all of our advertising costs if we feel responsible enough. So very, very big part on that. You have to feel responsible enough. You have to confidently know that you will only spend the money that you actually have, and you're not just going to go crazy throwing in budgets when you know you can't afford it. Cool. And then we want to hit open ads manager, and we are basically in. We are basically ready to go to start our first ads. And this is basically a dream come true. Like back in my street style men days when I was making 350K, 400K months, 60,000 plus profit, I would have killed to be where I'm at right now in the Facebook ads manager. Like it's almost unbelievable to be here knowing how bad I would have died to be here at that point. But yeah, Facebook's a different ball game. It's kind of back. Like it's obviously not like the best advertising platform in the world. There's so many issues still. They're still going to be crazy. They're still going to be all on you. There's still going to be weird rules. But the fact that I can log in right now after being permanently banned is very exciting. Now let's head back into our business settings, and we want to go into the data sources and go to pixels, and we need to create a pixel and get it connected to our store. So it already comes up, the new cup pixel. We want to do this option, partner integration, because Shopify is in here. Let's check the instructions it wants to follow. This process always kind of changes, so let's see what they want us to do. So we want to go back to our store, go to online store, sales, or click sales channels, go to recommended sales channels. We should have Facebook in here, right there, Facebook and Instagram. Let's add that in. If you missed that, I just click this sales channel button right here, add that in, and let's hit start setup. So we want to connect our account, and then it's going to pop up and ask us if we want to do, how we want to do data sharing. We obviously want to do the maximum, and they say that this is what they check, and we should have our privacy policies should cover this, so we should be fully safe to hit save and okay here. I am not fully positive if this is exactly compliant to Facebook and some of the shopping laws within the United States. So just to go on the record, I'm not held accountable if you copy my privacy policy. Legally, this is me just giving recommendations. I'm not giving legal advice. So I'm not 1000% confident that this is the best privacy policy to use for Facebook specifically or for TikTok. So with that being said, I do think it is good enough. So just be aware of that. Next, we want to hit connect here. Terms and condition, obviously connect to that. Get all the green check marks, and it should set up our pixel auto copy and kind of paste it into our code so it can track people when they view content, add to cart, purchase, and link that with their Facebook account so we can target them, get data, and understand what actions people are taking on our site. Cool, we should be good. Let's hit settings. Yeah, I think we're all good here. Let's go back to Facebook, hit that we completed it, and see what it does. So we'll just copy our website in, send test traffic. We'll go to shop, which does a view content trigger. Put a little claim offer. This should do an add to cart trigger. We'll do a checkout. So we did a couple things on the website to see if it's able to track everything. We'll hit finish, and we should be able to see our pixels data. Okay, so let's go into the pixel. We need to hit add assets, and click these to make sure everything's added in with the ad account. Then we can open the events manager, and this should show like, hey, we had a view content, we had an add to cart, no activity received just yet. So it should be able to update. Something else it looks like we want to do on the section here is hit review events, and let's go to manage domains and add in a domain. Add in our website. Maybe it needs the www. Not sure why that's not adding in. Oh, I guess they want just that. And we'll have to go in and verify our domain as well. Okay, so to do that, we have to grab this code. We want to copy it, and we basically have to paste it into the head section of our HTML code of our website, which sounds really complicated, but it's super easy. So we hit online store, go to this little dots, hit edit code, and we'll just go into the header.liquid, and I believe we can just kind of put it in anywhere. I'm gonna put it in under this, paste that in, hit save, and then we'll come back. Cool, that should have worked. So let's hit verify and see if it's able to pick it up now. Looks like that one didn't work, so maybe this is not the correct place they want it. Let's try putting it a little bit lower, see if that changes anything. Hit save, we'll come to this, hit a refresh, and hit verify one more time. Still not able to. Okay, so after doing a little searching, it looks like they want it in the theme.liquid. So let's go under head right here, give some spaces to it, and this one should for sure work now. So let's come refresh this, and now that code's pasted in there. This one should verify. Still nothing. Yeah, so if you go onto your website, I'm on the website, I can hit view page source, and you can see that it has the information in there below the head, just like they want. So not really sure there. Maybe it just takes some time. Okay, it does say here that it takes 72 hours. So I guess we'll just leave this page up and we'll come back to it later because it is definitely not reading the tag. Something else we want to do is go back into our business settings, go to the Instagram account, and just hit, we want to make sure that the business account we have, or the Instagram account we have set up, is a business account. That is something I forgot to mention. We'll hit shopping and retail, hit done. I don't want it to show on the profile. Cool. And when it shows the contact info, you can just hit don't use contact info and you should be good to go there. So that should make your Instagram account a business account. And our pixel, it looks like it's still not populating, still not kind of working. We might have to wait for the website domain verification to work, which they said can take up to 72 hours, which is definitely annoying. But at least when we go into here and we go to test events, we can see that things are working. But what is odd is I went in and did like a view content, add to cart, initiate checkout process, and it gave me 3, 4, 5 page views. So this is something where I want to reach out to support. The best way you can get help is by going to facebook.com/business/help and go to contact support, get started section here, and reach out to someone and say, hey, my pixel isn't really functioning right. Like my website, it's not picking it up. They're giving me a ton of page views, like it's triggering multiple times when it shouldn't. And they should be able to help you with walking you through it, anything you need. And there's a lot of resources online that can also help you. So definitely before we run ads, we have to ensure that the events are organized, the pixel is firing correctly, and we really need to just kind of reach out to Facebook and see if they can help us with stuff. That's something I'm doing right now as we speak. Something that sucks with the pixel on Facebook is it does take some time, it does take some playing around with, and it is extremely notorious for having issues. That's why later down the line, once we're getting a lot of sales, like once we're doing at least $1,000 a day or more, once we're doing or less, I mean even like $500 a day, it's really smart to get a service called Triple Whale. I'll have a whole other video on them. It's like a $400 a month service that's actually pretty pricey but extremely useful. It's going to ensure that your pixels, your data, and your info is absolutely at the top tier and it's functioning properly and even doing more than what the other data tracking softwares like Facebook's Pixel can usually do. So it gives you more information and ultimately it allows us to make a lot more money. If we have amazing data, we can make amazing decisions and quadruple our income very, very easily. So Triple Whale is something that we will be using later down the line. Personally, if I was taking this store serious and I was really trying to push it, I would set it up right now. I will have a link below to Triple Whale in this video if you feel like you're okay to sign up for it now. If not, we'll have a later video where I'll go over more in depth on like tracking data, information, setting up Triple Whale and all that stuff. But it's a really good feature. And if you want it, make sure you use the link below. Now, a little bit more information with Facebook and some kind of do's and don'ts and some little things you need to know. When you're running your first ad, I wouldn't jump into just converting purchases and trying to do that right away. I would warm up your ad account. Facebook is touchy. You don't want to look like a drop shipper. You don't want to like run in and try to get purchases. They're a little bit weird. You have to be like touchy-feely soft with them. So the best thing that others have told me and things that I've done in the past on new ad accounts is just warm it up with like a $5 a day page engagement ad or something. Like go make a post, like upload one of your reels or one of your TikTok videos that did good, upload it to the account with the exact same ad copy that you had on the one before, or make some ad copy. It doesn't matter. We're not going to really use this post. Post up that and try to get some engagement on it. Do like $5 a day for like 2-3 days. And then you should be good to kind of jump into our first testing strategy that we'll go over, obviously, not in this video, but you don't want to jump in and just hit huge $100 day budgets, $200 a day, $1,000 a day budgets and purchases. And like, for some reason, Facebook doesn't like it. TikTok loves it. So it just kind of shows the differences between each platform. Now, jumping into business settings, there's one other thing you can do to kind of like safeguard your account if you ever lose it or if there's ever any issue. You can go to people and add someone in and you can give them admin access. You can add in a friend's account, a family member's account. And if you get taken down or something happens where you can't access the ad account, you can access it through this one and hopefully recover some stuff. Facebook's really tricky. They're always changing policies and really weird things. Like I had over 4 million in ad spend. I had my own private Facebook rep that I could reach out to, I had their phone number, everything. Amazing relationship with them. And then they permanently banned me one day later and never talked to me again. So you almost can't really safeguard it. And if you are in the process of losing it, you are most likely going to have to follow the other video that I'm going to make of like recovering a Facebook ad account and how to get back once you've been banned, because that process is really tricky, but it is pretty much guaranteed that you will get a working Facebook ad account. And so yeah, you might have to follow those processes if you get taken down, but having someone added in at least helps safeguard things a little bit. So that wraps up everything for today's video on the Facebook setup. Now, before we go into the Facebook ad strategy where I'm actually showing you guys what to do, I'll come in and help you guys figure out any pixel information. I'll talk about the pixel, making sure if there's anything you guys need to know before you run ads, that I will go over in that video. So I will see you on the next one. Peace and love, guys. Welcome into a very big video. Today we are going over the Facebook testing strategy. So this one is going to be a little bit all over the place, to be completely honest. There's a lot of things I want to cover. Facebook is a little bit more in depth. There's more structure to it. There's more possibilities and strategies that actually work. Yeah, we're going to go into a lot of things. We're going to be a little bit all over the place. Rewatch this video if you need to. I don't want to waste any more time, so let's get into the Facebook strategy. So before we dive into everything, I want to go over some key points that you guys need to remember. And the first one is that Facebook ads and any form of advertising at all is basically just targeted guessing. Like, you're really not going to know anything that works. There is all these proven strategies, and I'm going to show you them, that are going to help you get success. But in the end of the day, success is in your hands. There is going to be a ton of things that you need to try, and maybe you get success quick, maybe you don't. That's just the name of the game with advertising. And you also have to keep in mind that there's a million ways to make $1 million. There are so many different advertising strategies. There's so many different things that work for certain products, for certain demographics, and it really is going to change depending on the niche you're selling. Like, for example, this is something we'll talk about later, but there's a carousel ad option that works really good for like niche stores. Like when I was doing my street style men's store that had a bunch of different products, I could advertise a certain collection, like our sneaker collection, and show a bunch of shoes in a carousel ad, and that would work really, really good. But since I'm selling one product, I have a one product store, carousel ads might not be our favorite. So there's tons of different things you can play with. I'm going to try to go over all of the options and give you a very good in-depth explanation of what works, what doesn't work, and kind of where Facebook's at right now. So let's jump into the computer and get into it. All right, so the first thing we want to do is go into our ad account and hit account overview. You can do that by hitting this little button right here under your ad account name, or your business manager name, I believe it is. And you want to make sure that everything's good right here. You might have something right here that says you need to set up event conversions or event configurations or something. So what we want to do, in case you have that, and it'll have a button right here to click to it, but if you don't see the button, let's just make sure. Let's hit events manager. You should be taken to a screen like this, and you want to hit managed prioritize events right here, and you want to make sure that you have these looking exactly like mine. So click into it, hit manage events, hit edit, and you want to make sure you have your pixel set up and your purchase is your highest priority, followed by add payment info, initiate checkout, add to cart, view content. And you can just come in here, click your pixel. You can hit add event to get all 5 in, and just scroll through and click the according ones to make it look like this. This is going to show Facebook that, hey, our funnel is starting with view content, going to add to cart, initiate checkout, payment info, leading into a purchase. We want purchases the most. So kind of weird, kind of dumb that you need to set this up, but make sure it is set up. Then next we want to go back and just make sure that our pixel is firing. It looks like we're getting a good amount of data here. I am running TikTok ads right now, and what's really cool is we've hit a $500 day today. We also got our payments on hold. So if your payments get on hold, it's a good problem. It kind of sucks. It is a problem, but it's good. It shows that you're scaling really quick, and Shopify wants to make sure everything's okay. So I have to go through that. We have a video in the bonus module. It's like the last module called bonus module that goes over like putting out fires and how to handle issues like this, but super exciting there. I think we're going to get to $1,000 days very quickly once we start executing on Facebook. So fun stuff there. But yeah, just make sure that your pixel is actually firing correctly. Now I want to jump in this kind of whiteboard thing we got going here and go over the testing strategy for Facebook. So right here you can see we have campaign, and we have different placements inside. We have feed placements, story placements, and reels. Reels are just like the TikTok videos basically. And our setup is basically the same as TikTok. We want to have one campaign for each placement though. That's kind of the only difference. So right now we have a bunch of TikTok videos. Hopefully some of them are doing good, just like with my store. This is all from TikTok ads from our TikTok videos. So I want to start with a Reels campaign where that's the only placement I'm focusing on. And when it comes to the ad group, I kind of want to copy the same vibe with TikTok. I want to have really minimal targeting, $50 to $100 budget, and I want to throw all of my good creatives in there. And honestly, I might just throw all of my creatives and see which ones it likes, because Facebook could like a video that TikTok didn't really like. So it's good to throw all of them in there and just kind of see what Facebook likes, and then do that same exact process. If one video is getting a ton of spend, we want to make sure that that one's getting good data. If it's not getting good data, not getting good sales analytics, then we need to kill that one. So it diversifies the spend between the other videos. And just the exact same thing with TikTok. We want to manage it out, make sure we're getting cost per purchases at a decent price that makes us money, and making sure we have a good ROAS. So with Facebook, we want to have campaigns like this for each of the different placements. So we have reels, we have stories, and then we have feed posts that are like pictures, and then we have carousels. There's also like feed videos that you can make. Images usually do the best. A feed video is basically just a reel. It's on the Facebook feed and Instagram feed, and it's a square instead of like the big Instagram and like vertical video full screen format. So these are the different campaigns we want to do, and it's basically just a duplicate of the exact same stuff we're doing on TikTok with the different placements. Now, we also want to have retargeting. With TikTok, retargeting is really weird. It doesn't really work good. I've never gotten good results with it, but with Facebook, retargeting is extremely good. When it comes to retargeting, we basically want a campaign, and you don't really get into retargeting until you're like actually getting traction. I'm just going over the theoretics behind the funnels and everything we want to do, and this is just the testing strategy. So we also have at the top, I want to go over this. Your goal with the testing strategy is to grab attention within specific demographics, hook them in, and get them familiar with your brand, your product, your offer, what your product does, how it's going to benefit them. These are things we want to communicate, and we want to make sure we're hooking in those key demographics that we think are going to be purchasers, right? So for example, we could have subcategories, and I know this is getting a little complicated, but we could have one Reels campaign that just targets kind of everyone, like, hey, if you have aches and pains, like come use this product. Then we can have another Reels campaign that targets that specific demographic of like football players or boxers or really anything along those lines. And you can do the exact same thing with different creatives that specifically target them, and you can target football players instead of just doing open targeting. So it can get to the point where you have a ton of different campaigns with a ton of different marketing angles. Basically, every marketing angle you're doing should have its own campaign, and you can label them like that. So you can see how it gets pretty busy, it gets pretty chaotic on Facebook, but you could be and should be doing all of this on TikTok as well. So everything that I'm talking about, like TikTok and Facebook are starting to get more and more similar. The algorithms are getting better and better, and it's starting to get to the point where we want to be as hands-off as possible. We want to be doing the most broad targeting possible. We want really big audiences, and we want Facebook, we want TikTok to take the wheel and steer towards our customers, and we just want to provide them with really good offers, guarantees, videos, and products, and cool websites, and all that stuff, so they can present that to the people that use their platform and get us a ton of sales. We want to get out there to what's called cold traffic. I'm going to go back to it again. Sorry. There's cold traffic, warm traffic, and hot traffic. It's pretty obvious. You don't need to think about it too hard. Cold traffic is people that have never interacted with your brand. Warm traffic is people that have interacted with your brand. They've either gone to your website, they've engaged on one of your posts. And hot traffic is someone that's like added to cart. They've initiated the checkout process, but they haven't purchased. So there's different forms of retargeting based on the funnel. We could have videos that target mass amounts of people, and the goal is not even really to get sales. It's just to build brand awareness. Then we can go into a warm traffic campaign funnel that its entire goal is to just target people that watch the cold traffic video and tell them more about the brand, about the product. This is where we would talk about the relief you get from the product. Right here is where we would talk about, hey, this has a 1-year warranty for free. We even do lifetime warranties. We have 30-day money back guarantees. So someone sees the ad, then they get retargeted with another ad that talks about the guarantees. Then if they still don't convert, you have another ad that targets the people that watch this one and says, hey, get 20% off today. And you give them a discount code. This is some big brand stuff. This is what we're going to focus on, like end game. That's our goal, is to really have ads that target each other this way. And the cold traffic is going to get huge budgets. This is going to get smaller budgets, and this is going to get even smaller budgets. And in the end of the day, even your cold traffic is going to be getting you sales. But on the ones that don't convert, you have a higher chance of getting a sale here, then an even higher chance of getting a sale here. And if they don't even convert here, they've been to your website, they've probably add it to cart, right? Or else they wouldn't be hot traffic, because that's kind of what defines hot traffic, is someone who has like really big purchase intent. Like they add it to cart, they put in their payment info. If they still didn't purchase, you can also email them. You can send them text messages with discount codes, right? And discount codes you kind of want to save for like hot traffic. You don't want to give out discount codes day one to cold traffic, because you might not need to, right? You might be shooting yourself in the foot and giving them a product cheaper when they would have bought it anyway. So this is a lot of theoretical stuff. This is a lot of big things. And by the way, I'm going to try to have this Miro board in the description below this video where you can download it or just open up the web link, play around with it, and kind of get a better understanding of what's going on here. So with all this strategy stuff being said, today all I'm going to focus on is creating a reel ad, because I already have the videos. I just want to target placements on reels. Later, I'll be doing retargeting, and later I'll be setting up stories, feed posts, probably not carousels, but I wanted to at least create some as an example for you of like, what does a story ad look? What does a feed post ad look like, right? Because we've already seen reel ads for like the reels, the TikTok videos. We've already seen these kind of short form vertical video ads. What does a story ad look like for Instagram stories? Or what does a single image like feed ad look like? So here's some examples. Right here, we have some single image feed ads that we can use, and you can also turn them into a feed video because feed videos are square, and you can do it really easy with Canva animations. So right here, this is basic stuff. I just grabbed like old creatives from like my product images that I did and like my description for my product page of the website. Grabbed some of that stuff, copy and pasted it into an Instagram 1080 by 1080 frame. Super easy stuff. And we just added some animations on it. So when you hit play, you can turn it into a video. So this piece of content could be a single post image for the feed, or it could be a video with some little animations. So super simple there. Buy two, save 40% off. This is an example of a retargeting towards hot traffic, someone who has purchase intent, but for some reason didn't purchase. We can show them a deal. We can give them a discount code. And this one would be more cold traffic. This would be going to someone that has no clue who New Cup is. They don't know what cupping therapy is, and they've never heard of us, and we want to try to get a sale. That's what this first one would be right here. Hey, do you have knots, aches, tension, pain? Try cupping therapy, basically. Then we could retarget them with, hey, if you buy two, you get 40% off. They still don't buy. We can say, hey, use code SAVE to save extra 20% off at checkout. So that could be a little example of cold, warm, and then hot would just be this. So we can watch that last one real quick. Use code SAVE for 20% off, right? So simple stuff. This is cold traffic, warm traffic. You could also put like our lifetime guarantee up here, or 1-year warranty, or 30-day money back guarantee on all products. Any kind of thing that's gonna make them feel secure and safe with their purchase. And then this is like, hey, how about you just buy the product and get out of our funnel? Like this is like your last attempt, like, hey, here's a huge discount, please just purchase. Then we have story posts. So let's look at these ones. Cupping therapy. Do you have knots, aches, tension, pain? Try cupping. I just came up with these really quick, guys. This is like some super easy stuff. I have a red background, some big images that I already have on my website anyway. This took me seconds to build up, and overall they look really good. But this is kind of the vibe with stories and with images on Facebook, is keep them simple. Don't have like a million things popping up, text. You have all the benefits of your product and like arrows and so many design elements. Keep it really, really simple when it comes to Facebook. In the end of the day, with all advertising, the only goal of the advertisement is to get them to the website. The only goal of the website is to get them to add to cart. The only goal of the add to cart is to get them to purchase, right? It's a funnel. Each step has its own goal. We're not trying to get them to purchase instantly, right? We just want them to click on the website. So the simpler, the better, because if they do have any interest, if they do have knots, aches, pains, tension, they'll see the ad, it'll pique their curiosity because it doesn't give them too much information. And they go, oh, I'll click learn more at the bottom. I'll swipe up and go to the website to learn more and see what this is about. So think of your ads like that. It's just to pique interest and let people know that, hey, do you have this issue? Here's a solution, right? And if you're targeting that specific audience of like, hey, are you a footballer with this issue? Or hey, are you someone that lives in Salt Lake City with this issue? Or hey, are you someone who lives in California with this issue? And you target people in California, you're definitely going to get their ears to perk up. Like, whoa, this advertisement knows I'm from California. And it's just going to be their subconscious doing it. So that's what I kind of mean with like speaking people's language. It gets their ears to perk up. It gets them to listen, builds curiosity. Then they click to the website. The website gets them to add a cart, and you know the rest of the process. So I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but let's watch the rest of the videos. Really simple, guys. Some simple animations. They're 5 seconds. Feel the relief of cupping therapy today. Use code SAVE, right? So this is cold traffic. Right here, we can do like we could do a buy two, save 40% as like a warm traffic, and then a hot traffic of like, hey, you should just purchase right now, please. On the hot traffic, you definitely want to do like scarcity and deals and like sale ends today type stuff, or like use code SAVE. It expires in 24 hours, something along those lines. So I hope this gives you guys a good understanding of like what a feed post looks like and what a story post looks like. Now let's jump into Facebook and set up our first campaign. All right, boys, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's click create ad. So we want to start with a sales ad. We obviously want sales, right? Let's go through this process. We're going to do test campaign. We'll just call it that. We're basically going to keep everything the exact same. I'm going to go to the next one just to give a little explanation. So advanced campaign budget, if you're familiar with old Facebook ads, this is basically CBO, which is campaign budget optimization. We don't really need to use it, right? Because our strategy is we have one campaign, one ad group, and then we're going to let Facebook spend however it wants on all the creatives. If we wanted to have one campaign with a ton of different ad groups, and we wanted like a Reels ad group, story ad group, feed ad group, and we want it to spend the budgets randomly how it thinks is good based on the story placement, based on the feed placement, based on the Reels placement. If we use the advanced campaign budget, it's going to decide which placement it likes better. Then it's also going to decide which video ads, which creatives it likes for that placement as well. So I hope that makes sense. This is just a little bit messier. You don't really need to understand it fully. We're not going to really be using it. This strategy that I laid out within this is going to be a lot better. But of course, this is something you can test later down the line, because again, if something works for one ad account, it doesn't ensure that it's going to work for another ad account or another store, another brand, or another product. So make sure we're always trying and testing things. But for this strategy, let's hit next. Let's go to the ad set name and just put basically no targeting. Click website right here. This is where we're just choosing a conversion. We want people to convert on our website. So we can hit performance goal here. You can target maximum number of conversions, or you can do maximum ROAS, which is basically like getting high value customers that will purchase a lot more versus just getting as many customers as possible. I would always just do maximum number of conversions. I wouldn't mess with the ROAS one. Pixel, you want to make sure that that is in, your IDs up there, and hopefully we've already checked that our pixel is up and running, because that is very key. Then we want to go to conversion event, and it's at add to cart. We're not going to focus on add to carts. We want purchases. So make sure that is in there. Cost per goal, it is optional. It might be worth testing later down the line, but we're not going to do that now. Dynamic creative, this is an option where you can kind of let Facebook try different creatives. You can give it different variations and it's going to choose what it likes, but we're kind of already doing that, so we don't need this element on. For me, I would really like to set a $100 daily budget, because that's what we're doing on TikTok. But if you see right here, when you're first starting running ads on Meta, the maximum amount you can spend per day is 50. So it looks like we are capped, boys. 50 on our start date we want to do for tomorrow. I'm just going to put 12:01. So right at midnight, a minute in, it's going to start running these ads for me. We never want to put an end date. Now we're in the audience section. So this is where we can do a couple different things. So targeting just the US is the best for really trying to build that e-commerce brand, getting into wholesale inventory and all that stuff. Because if your entire pixel is only USA customers, all of your website data is only USA customers, that's a really big asset long term as we get into the branding stuff. But if you're just sticking to drop shipping, it's good to add in some other countries that are very likely to convert, because our 3PL team can ship to most major countries within that 7